Wominjika Legends, Uncle JoJo here. Great to see you all again. Wanted to quickly touch base on something that is really important in the building and construction industry is with proper training of building and construction. Behind me here I've got a wall and I've got what's called a diamond brace with angle brace. So it's an angle brace that's now in the shape. If you go there, 1, 2, and then on this side 3, 4, and so it makes a nice little diamond shape. What that does is it ties the whole thing together so it stops any racking of the wall section whatsoever. What is racking, you might ask? Well, great question, because racking is the sideways or lateral movement and distortion of a wall or structure when it's hit by horizontal forces. Things like wind or sometimes earthquakes and even uneven loads. That's why it's super important to understand where and how we put our bracing into homes to ensure that all of the walls are super strong and keep their shape. Most times now in the building industry we would be putting up ply brace. A big problem that we're having with ply brace on everything now is reducing the breathability of a building, so that now what we're seeing is mould and the growth of mould in a lot of areas because there's no airflow in a lot of the sections. So be very, very careful of that. The reason that angle brace like this has been taken out of the building construction industry is because the proper training wasn't in place for it, and we had first year apprentices teaching first year apprentices how to do framing on site, and they didn't understand that you could only go 26 mil, 27 mil with the depth of your saw when you're cutting in that angle brace. You're not allowed to go any more than 1/3, so 30 mil maximum, but we stayed away from 30 mil. 26, 27 was perfect. We chiseled it out and it sat nice and flush. We didn't have any problems with it. We could transport the frames. So good in the big scheme of being able to tie things together and the wall itself being tied together, because every stud is held together with 1.6 to 2 mil steel all the way around on something like that. When we talk about tying in with bracing, what we're looking at doing is tying the whole wall together to what we're trying to do is ensure structural adequacy. So we tie in all of the studs and noggins and the top plate and bottom plate, and once the roof frame goes on we even tie that to the wall plate, so there's no wind uplift and everything gets tied in each direction to ensure that racking of the home is reduced and the structural integrity of the home is held. If I have a look just behind me over here, I've got another couple of walls, and the back wall there actually has a brace going in one direction, and this wall just closest to me here has a brace going in the other direction, and the far wall on the other side goes in the other direction. So what it does is it crosses over, so when there's force of wind coming this way, we actually have braces in different directions to ensure that the house is held together really well. If we've got force of the wind coming this way, we've got a brace going that way, and if we've got force of wind coming this way, we've got a brace going that way as well. So everything gets tied together. Really big problem that I'm seeing in the industry outside of just the mould that's coming in, because the mould's been a really big one, but it's also the cross bracing that we're putting on. Once we close up that wall, the bracing becomes loose because the timber itself then loses a little bit more moisture. So timber holds moisture, it becomes loose once it's all closed up and there's no moisture getting into it anymore, and because of that the timber shrinks slightly and the brace becomes extremely loose. It's not like our houses are going to fall down or anything, but when we look at doing an old brace like this that's checked into the frame and the frame is held together with the actual bracing, it's much more superior in the way that the racking force is held in place, because we're able to counter it rather than just cross bracing everything, tensioning it up, closing it up, and then wondering why our walls and our structures are moving so much. If you've got any questions and queries about any of that bracing, let me know and I'll answer it for you best I can whenever I can. Thanks for watching. Like always, stay unreal banana peels old. See you in the soup.